your experience as an Indian is not everyone's experience as an Indian, and Devi's experience may not be yours, but what's amazing about it is that you could still relate to pieces of it. Hey guys, it's me, Nina. I'm an urban educator, speaker, and blogger, and we're back with another video for this week. I'm sharing a brown girl review of Never Have I Ever by Mindy Kaling. It is a new show on Netflix, and there will be spoilers, but I'll let you know when the spoilers begin. Tried to snap, got it that time. Tried to snap, originally failed, but we got it. We're cool. We are Gucci. Okay, it's happening. Let's keep going. Okay, so a little bit of a synopsis. The story follows a girl named Devi, don't know how to say her name, Raju Kumar, I believe that is her last name, and her story as a teenager in America, and her father passed away during one of her orchestra recitals, and she like plays a harp and whatever, and after her father passed away she literally loses ability to walk because of the mental trauma, and she realizes this while in swim class, which is terrifying. And after that she actually is able to walk again, and that is because she sees this guy who she thinks is really hot and like wants to stand up to see him, and she stands up and she's able to see him, which is like kind of hilarious, Mindy Kaling. But yeah, that is a synopsis, and she has like all this emotional turmoil, and she wants to be accepted, she wants a boyfriend, she wants popularity, she wants all of these like very like typical things that people want. And that is a synopsis, and now we're gonna go into the spoilers. From the get-go, I'm gonna tell you whether or not I recommend it in case you just wanna know that and don't wanna wait all the way to the end, but at the end I will have further explanations as to why. And fun fact, this is my second time recording this video because the first time I tried to wear a sari and I got so jumbled up and so distracted, but I'll insert some clips from that so I don't feel like I wasted my time completely filming myself giving a review while doing that. And if I said anything better while I was putting a sari on, I will insert that in throughout. And I actually can put a sari on myself. I've learned, I'm just not like the best at it. It's an art form essentially. So I know how to do it, just not how to do it really well. But if you would like to see a video on that, let me know and I can walk you through that as well. But without any further ado, let's get into it. Also note, I immediately saw the trailer and like I knew Paxton looked old. I don't know if it's like because I'm old, like I can tell who looks old, but it just really creeped me out because in his face, you can tell he looks old. So I'm kind of shocked that people think he looks young at all, because to me, he looks much older, which is not an issue. He's 29 years old. I actually thought he would be older than that, to be honest, like 30, 35 or something. But he wasn't. And the fact that he was playing those scenes with like an 18-year-old, to me, she looks young for her age and he looks a little older for his age, and there's already an 11-year gap. So that just made me really uncomfortable. Would I recommend this show? Yes, absolutely, watch it. I binged it in 2 days on Netflix. Can't say I watched it in one, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it was really interesting. It was a fun premise. It's quarantine, so everyone's looking for shows to binge on, and the South Asian representation is amazing. But was it life-changing? Was it my favorite show of all time? Absolutely not. It was just something I enjoyed watching. I know my baby cousin watched On My Block right before watching this and literally hated Never Have I Ever, because I think On My Block is just like superior in nature, just like so amazing. I think in some ways this was like a very basic plot with nice jokes sprinkled throughout, and the fact that there was representation is why a lot of people are dying over it. But yeah, there are funny moments, there are relatable moments, there are a lot of things that I think make you feel seen and heard as South Asian. And for that alone, and for the fact that it's enjoyable, go watch it. Why not? Again, is it life-changing? No, but it doesn't need to be. Not everything you need to watch needs to be like, I think it's getting so much good attention that, people feel like it doesn't deserve it. I think it deserves the attention, but just acknowledging like, yeah, it wasn't like, the most amazing thing in the world. It doesn't mean like we can't enjoy it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, so now let's go through a little bit of points about things I liked and disliked and whatever. First, I think it's really important, and I think even the actress who played Devi tweeted this out, but it's important to note that her story is one story. And I think a lot of people were angry because they felt like it was such a stereotype. And I know, for instance, like if you watch movies or TV shows and it shows such a stereotype version of Indians or South Asians or East Asians or Black people or whatever, like whatever ethnicity or wherever you're from, it is so dangerous to show a stereotype version. I don't think Devi is a stereotype version, but I do think we need to make it clear to others that she is not the only Indian person in the world and that there are so many other stories out there. So even that actress's tweet was super helpful because I did not have Devi's experience in many ways. I grew up Indian and Christian, and that's something no one talks about, that there is a whole community of people who are Indian and Christian with very conservative parents because of that mix of Christianity and being Indian. So yeah, it's not everyone's story. My mother would have killed me if I did 1/4 of the things that Devi did. And Devi's mom is supposedly strict, but oh no, like are you kidding? She threw her textbook out the window. That would have been my death. Like I would not be here today if I dared to do something like that, even if I lost a father. So I don't know, I think there were moments where I'm like, she's literally insane. Like that would not, like being allowed outside of your house at the night, like. But you know what? I have cousins and family members who are also Christian, also Indian, but their parents are not as strict. They let their kids go to parties, let their kids go to wherever, and that just goes to speak to the fact that your experience as an Indian is not everyone's experience as an Indian, and Devi's experience may not be yours, but what's amazing about it is that you could still relate to pieces of it. And I know one scene a lot of people talk about is being too Indian and not Indian enough. Yes. Get it, like we totally get it. Being told she's unattractive and really believing that, maybe because she doesn't see a lot of people like her in her media and society, and they don't give that reason for it, but she feels unattractive and then goes to a guy and asks him to have sex with her. And I did have an issue with that because overall her character is so overly sexualized and literally sounded like Mindy from the Mindy Project in a 17-year-old's mouth, which was just not, like her words from Mindy the Project were coming out of Devi whatever her last name's mouth, and I was not a fan of that. But I will say that my younger baby cousin who's around her age told me that kids their age do talk like that. I think it also promotes the idea of talking like that, and even promotes this idea of like, go up to a guy, tell him you want to have sex with him, and then maybe later on he'll fall in love with you after you've not done that, which I just like I do worry about like the values it's teaching, because I don't know, I just think that's so problematic, because like there's so many issues with the fact that she did that and then they showed that, and no, she ends up not having sex with him, but the fact that she did end up getting his attention was probably because she did go up to him and say something so insane, you know, like that will get someone's attention and get someone to think about you or look at you. But do I like that represented in TV? Absolutely not. But yeah, there were also other moments, like she has an older cousin who is super attractive and every guy likes and whatever, and that was cool to see, because as South Asian, you don't see a lot of women who are shown, who are, you know, attractive or presented as an attractive person. But her cousin is kind of like a stereotypical pretty girl for Indian society. So light skin, tall, straight hair. I think it would have been cool if someone like Devi, who is a medium to darker skin tone with wavy hair, like to see her or somebody like her as her cousin actually portrayed as like attractive. That would have been cool to see, like a different person. But I still like the actress who played her a lot, so that's okay. I mean, can't win them all. It was really weird. Her cousin ends up dating this Asian guy, like they are together and she's gonna fight the norm. And then the minute she meets the guy who she's gonna get an arranged marriage with and realizes that he's actually really cute, she dumps her Asian boyfriend out the door. And I think a lot of people in this show just grew an appreciation of some South Asian men. And that was really cool to see, like, here's a handsome South Asian guy represented in our media, and now there are so many thirst trap girls posting on TikTok, this like handsome guy. No one cares about Paxton, everyone's all about that other guy. And that was really cool to see, just because, you know, representation again. And yeah, I think that there were so many moments where, you know, you felt seen, you felt heard, you felt like, oh, someone saying someone who looks like me is important or attractive or beautiful. And those are all reasons why shows like this are so cool to see when they actually come out, because we want to see heard, we want to feel heard, we want to feel seen. And when shows like this come out and showcase characters like that, that's exactly what happens. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the show. I definitely think you should watch it if you have not watched it yet. And yeah, comment down below what you guys think about it. Were you a fan of the show? Were you not a fan of the show? Would you watch it? Would you recommend your teenage daughters and cousins and friends watch it? Like, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you later on this week.